Hey, what's good, everybody? To all my listeners out there tonight, man, I got the opportunity to sit down with an incredibly gifted producer, writer, artist, entrepreneur, you name it. The Intercontinental Kint is over there doing it. And check this out. If you can say Intercontinental Kint 4 times in a row, goddamn, I'll send you a free goddamn magazine, boy.
You ain't lying either.
Yo, Kint, baby, what's good, Kint? How you, man?
All is well. All is well.
No doubt, yo. So look, let's crack it, man. Let everybody know where you originally from and how long you been putting your work in, man.
Originally, Jersey City, but the real Jersey City, the one that's still called Chilltown, not Jersey City. Moved into Perth Amboy, Jersey, Staten Island, New York at the same time. So back and forth, Jersey and Shaolin.
So,
but I went to high school. Where you from, though? I went to school in Brooklyn, though.
I went to school in Brooklyn, baby. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. Let me make that be clear. You know what I'm saying?
Not the gentrified Brooklyn.
Not the gentrified Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking when there was projects and we was throwing rocks off the roof on hitting people on the bench, baby. Brooklyn.
Toilet seats off the roof, or toilet bowls off the roof, refrigerators off the roof on top of the police cars. That Brooklyn.
That Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, let everybody know, man, what was the inspiration, man, for you to absolutely get into the music industry, man?
I was born into the music industry.
Okay.
Like, legitimately born into it. If you go back to the group, the Drifters, were Under the Boardwalk, There Goes My Baby, and all that.
Yeah.
My uncle. Our next generation, you got Force MDs, Tender Love, Love Is a House. 3 out of the 5 are my cousins. You go to our next generation, you got Wu-Tang. Ghost is my physical. From now on the other side, that's my pop side. You go to my mom's side. My mom's was working for the record label that was doing the Star Wars soundtracks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been in this since you've been born, like you just said, man. You know what I'm saying? How did you develop into who you are? I'm saying first, what came first? You know what I'm saying? Was the music, producing? I mean, you tell us the story.
So we was outside doing everything that we probably shouldn't have been doing. And funny thing is, it actually started with acting. Remember the show New York Undercover?
Yep.
All right, so what a lot of people don't know, the same person, Dick Wolf, the same person that did Law and Order, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and all that, that's the same producer for New York Undercover.
Right.
So you already know how it went back in the day. You see a bunch of people outside with the cameras.
Yeah.
So what do? You run in front of the camera. Hi, Mom. You keep messing up whatever it is that they're doing.
Right.
Back to the point, there's 50 of us outside, and they're like, you know what? Let's just offer them some little trinkets to make them stop. You know what? Look, I'll give you $20 to not jump in front of the camera. $20. Now we 11 years old. $20. Word. That's what you're gonna do. Hi, Mom. Stuff right. Like that. It got to the point where they just started letting us do little roles as extras.
Okay.
Now, at the same time, I'm watching, like, there is no Wu-Tang yet.
Right.
I'm watching, well, they're together, but there's not what we know them as right now.
Right.
So I'm with Pops on the weekends. We running around Mariners Harbor, West Brighton, Markham Homes. But the other side of the fam is in Park Hill, or you got them in Stapleton. So we can see them. I'm watching everybody, King, Just, everybody moving around. But back on the Jersey side, we originally from Jersey City. So you're seeing a young Joe Budden. You're seeing a young Ransom. Actually, Ransom was not there. Hitchcock was out there.
Okay.
And basically everybody.
Right.
And my sister was dealing with special ed at the time. So he got the joint. I got it made and all that. So it's just all around me.
Right.
So we get a little extra spots on New York Undercover, little quick things. Moms didn't even know about that because she was messing up what these people was doing. And I just felt like, you know what? I'm listening to other people rapping. We were really living that lifestyle. So it's like, even when I, like where I'm at now in an undisclosed location, but where we at now, I'm seeing people now, these youngins remind me of us.
Right.
Everything that we was doing then,
right,
they're doing it now. They're just doing it a little bit backwards because of the fact that there's cameras every place. There's no integrity.
Right.
There's no morals. But we look at the youngins and say, How do you expect them to follow guidelines if they never had guidance? Their OGs is dumb.
Yeah.
You got the youngins getting more paper than their OGs.
Right.
You
Right.
got OGs being 22 years old. It's
Mhm.
disrespectful.
Yes, absolutely.
So moving around with all that stuff, coming back to the original question, Divine, Wu-Tang.
Okay.
You can see that we was outside doing whatever we was doing. And the studio was in Brooklyn, rocking with Choco out in Brooklyn. He was
Mhm.
on the block, and he'd be like, yo, how much work you got? And I'm gassed to tell him, like, yo, I got a G-Pack. He'd be like, well, let me see it. You just take it, throw it away, give you the $1,000 and take you to the studio. Now
Wow.
you out there doing that.
Wow.
Right. So once that happened like 2 times, the third time, what you got? I ain't got nothing. It's like when Debo's from, I ain't got nothing. You're going to the studio and you're honing your skills and all that. Now, running back to Jersey, I'm watching the outsiders. I'm watching the outsiders come up.
Mhm.
Me and Young Z, we're gonna talk about that further in the interview. But me
Yeah,
and Young,
yeah.
real special happening right now. But
Absolutely.
I'm watching Queen Latifah. I'm watching Redman, and this is pre-Def Squad Redman. This is PPP, Pack Pistol Posse Redman.
Yeah.
I'm watching that happening. I'm watching the whole outsiders. We're running around with the Fugees. Now I meet Mr. Whoop, Rewind, Milkbone. He's from my city.
Yeah.
Right. So at this time, Milk is he's literally the only white boy popping other than Third Base as a group.
Okay.
M is not out yet. Yeah. M drops or Milk drops, where's the party at? Everybody in the video. Nas, Onyx, Wu, everybody, Biggie on the hook. Milk set itself up and fell into the drama. M is not popping. M does a diss song called Tonight. This and where's the party at? Milk jumps into that song. And he falls into the foolishness.
Right.
M's joint was whack, honestly. And I'm saying that respectfully because I move with the outsiders. M is
right.
outside.
No question. No doubt about that. You know what I mean?
That's when people would say he was still rapping like AZ. Yo, Milk dropped the response. And something just said, you probably shouldn't drop that response right now. And production gets different now.
Yeah.
M drops that, I just don't give a fuck. I'm nice and Pete, put him on a search to crush a milk bone. We're like, it's about to get dark. Milk responds. M responds with I am whatever you say I am. Milk responds. M drops stand. The battle's over. There's nothing else to talk about. So it's over. But I'm still moving with the outsiders. And at the same time, Milk is from my city.
Right.
So it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Actually, that's white boy beef. I don't want to be a part of that shit.
Right.
But I'm like, man, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. He fucked you up.
Right.
So, yeah, so outside of that, Milk is recording with Mr. Wu. Getting ready to do this, to start producing a group that's getting ready to come out. They call B2K.
Wow.
Word. You could check the history on anything we're saying to you.
Yeah, I know it's no cap around this space. You know what I'm saying? I'm knowing what you're saying is real, because that's why I got you. You know what I mean? That's why we're talking right now, because you was around when it all began. You think what I'm saying? And so what I want you to talk a little bit about, man, about how you just talked about just now, where you had like 4 or 5 different groups collaborating and building with one another. You know what I mean? Cats don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So explain, you know what I'm saying? Tell everybody a little bit, man, about what it was like coming up, having a unique style, and being able to spit, and not being able to bite on the next cat's style. You know what I mean? Or flow. You know what I mean? Like
that's simple. I say that all the time to these youngins, and right now I'm challenging these youngins. And look, I'm gonna even throw you in this. I need to find 4 people from the same area. I don't care what city, what state they in. I need 4 artists to all let us hear a banger, and none of the 4 of them sound the same.
Right.
Period.
Right.
If we can get that, give them an interview.
Yeah.
You know why? Because where we coming from, where you in a group like the Outsiders, where there's 8, 9 members, none of them sound the same. You got Wu-Tang. If you include Cap, there's 10 members. None of them sound the same.
Right.
You're looking at the Fugees, they don't sound the same. Mobb Deep, there's 2 of them. They don't sound the same. Capone and Noriega, there's 2. They don't sound the same. it was corny to sound like the next man. Now, if you don't got a certain sound and sound like them, they're looking at you like, oh, that's old school.
Right.
Oh, you're using words? You're using
Right.
real words? Are we in the dictionary? Oh, you corny. Oh.
Right. Right.
So
if you're really dropping lyrics, then there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody
Right.
don't really want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So talk a little bit about, man, how you developed your style. Because coming up back then, you was around a bunch of great ones. You dig? And so being that you was around a bunch of great ones, at some point you kind of did your thing. You dig? What inspired you to do your thing and the style that you did it in? You know what I mean?
Legitimately never wanting to sound like anybody else.
No doubt.
Knowing that, like you said, there were a lot of great ones around us.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jersey is the land of the anthems.
Right.
And I could just name one group that has more anthems than any other group. And that's just one group out of Jersey. And that's Naughty.
Yeah.
So it's like wow, I'm looking up, I'm seeing what Tretch and them brothers are doing. Latifah, she had the crazy movement. Latifah was always dope. But when she dropped that UNITY, like that was it. So again, Jersey's just the land of the anthems. Double X Posse, nah, baby, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So it's like, so I just wanted to do that, but at the same time, sound original to the point where even if I'm in these cast presence, that's like, okay, you know what, this dude, he might be saying something.
Right.
And none of us were ever politically correct with each other. None of us ever lied to each other. It's like there was plenty of times when I was younger, but nah, young, and that ain't it. But you know what? I see where you're going. Keep practicing.
Right.
And that right there, that realness, going back and forth between Jersey and New York, because it was literally one weekend with my mother, one weekend with my father. Like, and so when I say legitimately half of my life is New Jersey, half is New York, that's just really what it was. Unfortunately, a lot of the times when it was my father's weekend, per se, he would snatch us up and drop us off with an aunt or a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So now I get to run around in the harbor of Staten Island, or run around in West Brighton and Staten Island, jumping on the ferry, going to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Battling on the boat, going to get some bud from Uptown. So when you get to 145th and Broadway,
yeah,
everybody was out there.
No question.
And it was so ill because you'll pop up, you'll see Luca Brasi out there, you'll see Dipset out there. I bumped into AZ out there one day. I remember he had it's the first time I actually saw a Hummer in person. He hopped out, he had the tan color Hummer. And I'll never forget that because I'm young and I'm like, this is right when they got more money, more murder, more homicide. He hopped out, snatched him. This is just coming out of Hydro and starting going into Hayes.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there talking to him, and he was like, pardon himself. And somebody else had said something to him. He started talking in Spanish. And I was like, yo, the black homie, he knows Spanish. And I asked him, I was like, yo, how you know Spanish? He said, my mom's Dominican, or my pop's Dominican. It was one of the two. I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. So we was just always back and forth from Jersey to Staten Island to Uptown. And everybody, again, just New York, New Jersey is everybody rapped or played ball or made beats or sang or did something entertainment wise. So it was real when Big said you either selling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot.
Hey, what was one of the first jump? What was one of the? So all right, so you in your game, you know what I mean? You in the business. What was one of the first pieces of equipment that you learned to use, man, coming up back in the day? You know what I mean? Like
the Fostex 4-track. Word, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I had to throw that in there because a lot of cats don't even know where this all began at. You know what I mean? A lot of cats don't even understand, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't even really have a lot back in the day, you know what I mean?
No, not at all, not at all.
We had to go home and figure it out, cut wires and the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? So
come on, like this even goes back to and I got a boombox now too, the new one. Yeah. But going back to boom boxes, and you're sitting there, okay, you're waiting for Funk Flex or Red Alert at the time, whatever, to come on the radio, and you know that they getting ready to play whoever's new song it is, and you sitting there taking pieces of tape and putting it on top of the cassette to sit there and record over it, or make it even worse, if you ain't got no tape, you taking pieces of toilet paper and sticking it in it. And look, I got a feeling my older sister might be watching this interview. My sister, yeah. Look, I'm grown now, so I apologize. But yo,
Yeah.
bro, my sister had like the dope music collection, right? And certain times I might want to hear something. She had all the 5 tapes. Sometimes, like, look, if I ain't got no blank tapes, the little TDK joints, I might take one of her albums that she had and sit there and just record over it. It's like, yo, Red Alert's coming on. And you don't know what time the song is going to come on. And you want to catch it from the beginning. So you taking that whole 90-minute tape, whatever it was, and you recorded over her whole album. It might be SWV. It might be Big Daddy K. You don't know what it is, but you know you want to hear whatever the song is you're trying to hear that's coming on.
I know that's right. Hey, and they don't know nothing about taking 2 radios, sitting them side by side. You know what I'm saying? Press the record button on one and then the other one play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you're doing this 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you first, I know you split up in both places. You know what I mean? In Jersey, in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the first time that you stepped into a studio? Like, you know what I mean? Because I know you're doing different things and people telling you to come over here, that.
Okay.
When was the first time you went into the studio and put it down and halfway knew what you was doing? At least you thought you knew what you was doing.
There was a scammer, and yeah, I'm saying his name, and I'm saying he's a scammer at a Perth, New Jersey, George Hall. This is 1993, first Outkast album. Some listed Cadillac music. There was a song on there called "Crumbling Herb," and I really like that beat a lot. So I ended up getting the single. And no matter of fact, I'm bugging. I didn't get the single. We had the song, and I think there was a piece of the instrumental playing at the end. And dude said, I could loop that for you, and blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know what loop meant. But I was like, you can make me out that instrumental. So I went in there and I did a song over that beat. And yeah, that was the first time. And then shortly after that, we just started, like, everybody from the city was like starting to rap at that time. So it's like this one's like, yo, I got a studio in my house. Oh, my boy got a studio, my cousin got a studio. And they weren't like George's studio, even though he was a scammer, he had a real studio.
Right.
You might just have something like, which to us was a real studio. We got an MPC, we got a closet, we got a bunch of egg crate, we got whatever the good mic is at the time. Like, so we had our studio and we would just sit down and record. And we formed a crew called SNA, Silent Assassins.
Okay.
So we took different teams from every side of the city. So you had a group called PhD, Poor, Hungry, and Dirty. You had K Banger. He was part of a group called the Balance Project, which was him, Eyeball, and Triple Beam. You had a cat named Alvarez. I think K Banger might have brought him around. Then you had Click FBI, Fuck Being Innocent. Nicest one out of everybody was Shaq. So me and Shaq got together and we formed BP, Block Profits. Together we came and we called ourselves Silent Assassins. So basically we were following what the Wu-Tang was doing.
Right.
So we did that on our own. And honestly, if you sit back and you listen to how K Banger still flows now, he still got that type of flow.
Right, that kind of rhythm. You know what I'm saying? That frequency. He rocking. He's still rocking on that frequency. You dig what I'm saying? Right. So as it all started moving, you start doing your music.
Now Milk's album comes out. Now Milk is recorded with Mr. Wu, Lawrence Allen. And I don't remember exactly why he had us ride to the studio with him, but I know it was on the Jersey Shore. So we was like right outside of Staten Island in Jersey, like directly across the Outer Bridge in Perth Amboy. Mr. Wu's studio was on the Jersey Shore in Atlantic Highlands. And that's still my brother to this day. Still getting beats from him today. He back in London. So he heard me one day. And
shout out to Mr. Wu, baby. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Mr. Wu.
Yeah, no question.
And I didn't know how to separate bars, but I was just nice with run-on sentences, but I was nice.
Right.
So was, let me teach you how to format a song. So I started coming over there at first by myself, and we recorded a dope ass song. It was called Hot Now. That was my first like solo song commercial. He said, "Are you doing this for your friends or are you doing it for the world?" I was like, ah. And at this time, he already got the NASCAR remix to from B2K.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, and he's dealing with Gina Thompson, you remember her,
Yeah.
Next, and like a
Yeah.
bunch of other people. So it was like, he knows what he's talking about. So sometimes we would deal with some of the commercial music, and then certain times, since I did live in the hood, we wanted to still have a little bit of hood music. So we
Absolutely.
were doing all of that, and like to this day, like every time I talk to him, I thank this brother. And
Right.
now we're doing this to like '97, and then there's a studio called Perfect Pair. Ken Johnston owns it. Jack B, one of the engineers in there. To this day, me and Jack B, right now, he's a sound guy for Cool in the Gang.
Mm.
That's my
Mm.
business partner. We have an LLC together.
Yeah.
And
That's what's
Ken,
up.
and Ken, that's the big homie right there. He's mixing a lot of our stuff as well. Him and Jack, they brothers. Me and Ken, we brothers. And same thing, going back and forth to their studio. We didn't really have the paper to. We were in the streets, but we wasn't really getting that kind of money. We wasn't
Right.
getting rich in album money, nothing like that.
Right.
So it was like,
Right.
yo, we could take this money and put it in the studio, or we could take this money and flip whatever we was doing. And I'm not telling anybody that they should do that now, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but they
But the times is different now. Like
yeah,
like they're not even getting money like we was
no,
getting money back then.
no,
So
not at all.
so
They just get
so
jail time.
so the average cat, there is no flip money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
at all. Mm-mm.
they ain't getting no money to flip.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why they keep sitting there trying to borrow the EBT card to try to flip wifey's tax check that never gets flipped. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? I need you to talk a little bit more, man, about the art of making a song. You know what I mean? Because a lot of cats get out here, they think they can rap, they got bars or whatever, but it just sounds like a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know the art of making a song, of being able to break it down and kind of express what you're trying to say lyrically at the same time, melodically sounding good to the masses.
Well, because it's listen, I don't believe for 1 second that they can't do it. I don't believe
Right,
that at all. Because
right.
I don't believe in the word can't. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do believe is that I want to say I'm gonna say 50% of them don't want to make good music. They want to make the same kind of song that their boy made or that they heard this one or that one make, and they're like, okay, we're gonna try to ride this wave, and that's why you got 1,000 artists that sound like each other. But I can never say anything more than 50%. Matter of fact, I probably can't even say 50. I say 40% of them doing that. Because the other 60%, there are really dope artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like you out there, you in Phoenix. Dirty Low, Jay Vengeance are dope artists. Now we
Right,
got a lot of work we're doing together. They
right.
got a brother Jay Tronius out there with them. Jay Tronius. These are dope artists. You got
Mm-hmm.
who out there? Ayana Butterfly. She's dope.
Yeah,
Sunshine, she's dope. They're out there. And
right.
then on my side, like you got my brother Quaz. You got you got the whole city of Perth Amboy. There's nobody whacking Amboy. There's
Mm-hmm.
nobody whack out there.
Yeah,
So
no.
the whole thing is like they can do it. My nephew, Mayor Stacks, my son, Wavy Zay, they're dope.
Yeah,
They're actually still using words. But because of the fact that they're not following trends, I'm not gonna say they ain't getting no burn because they definitely are, but they're not getting the machine behind them. Or they're
right,
just not buying streams.
right. And we definitely gonna get to that, man, because that's one of the things that bothers me the most, only because I come out of radio. You know what I mean? And I know how important radio is to the industry. I know how important radio is to our culture. You know what I mean? And then when you strip that away from us and put us on streams, hey man, that ain't cool at all. You know what I mean?
We're a
Because
fraction of a penny. That's why I'm loving what just happened with the RMLC with ASCAP and BMI with this lawsuit just last week. They came to a settlement where now I'm only speaking in regards to ASCAP. I know BMI is doing certain numbers, but I'm speaking directly about ASCAP. They giving you 90 cents off the dollar now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
this just came out last week. They came with it. It never even finished in court. They came to a settlement agreement, and you're getting 90 cents off for the dollar
Yeah.
per radio play now.
So you just said something about BMI and ASCAP. There's a whole lot of artists, right? Majority of the industry, a majority of a bunch of cats up and coming that come out that don't even understand that. So I need you to break that down. You know what I'm saying? On why you need to have it on, have your stuff on ASCAP and BMI, and how you can monetize what you're doing, because brothers have no, not even brothers, artists don't have no understanding of what that's about and why that's needed to happen, or why they need to have that, is what I should say.
So what I do, I actually do I provide these services for artists. So we provide copyright services, publishing, MLC, BDS, which is Luminate, and all of these different things, because one, I've heard so many people when I say, "Hey, are you a published artist?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm on DistroKid, or I'm on TuneCore, or whatever." And I always have the same thing. I'm like, they're not publishers. Like, what part of the word distro makes you like? Where do you hear the word publishing? It's two different things. And this is just a third party distributor that's gonna send your music out, and you're basically outsourcing them so they can sit there and put your music in different places. And say with DistroKid, for example, they tell you, where they lure you in with, you're gonna pay us this much monthly or yearly or whatever, and we're going to allow you to keep 100% of your royalties. But if you're not a member of ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, JCAP, PRS, any of these things, there is no royalties. So 100% of nothing is nothing. And then they don't even lie to you. They so direct and blunt with it. They also tell you, we're also not going to pay you anything for your YouTube money.
Right.
And when you sit there and click all the services that you want them to provide, when you get, as soon as you click YouTube or Snapchat, when you get to the bottom of that screen, before you press submit, they hop out on you like, and by the way, I want you to understand that you said YouTube, we're not going to pay you, but we also don't want you to come back to us months later and say, "Hey, why are you getting the music money from this and I'm not?" That's why if you go to these artist pages, well, not their pages, I apologize. If you go to YouTube and like even with me, you'll find something that says a page that says Kint topic. I didn't put none of that stuff up there.
Right.
And the ill thing is, but the distro that we got now, like I got Rock Nation distro, and I also have Rattle distro. And Rattle is actually owned by David Caveman Rosario. He was up there at DistroKid for quite some time, helped design or format what they have going on, but he's more famously known for being the engineer or one of the engineers at Rockefeller Records. So like he has a whole unreleased Rel album, a bunch of Freeway, Beanie Siegel, everything, State Property, everything that was going on at that time. He also did the 7. He's responsible for the 17 Gucci Mane mixtapes when Gucci Mane was locked up. So he came and he opened his own company, and so we're dealing with him. And if you want to get paid, you need to make sure that you have your writer side, and this you need to make sure you're getting your writer credits and filling out this paperwork the right way. And for your mechanical rights, you're gonna fill out the publisher side. And for those of you who don't know what the difference is or the importance of it,
I need you to speak on that.
You know what? I'm not going to give them the jewels. You know what I will do?
I'm going to tell
you what I will do, because I offer the service. And
right.
prior to me sitting there just charging people for this, and I sit there and do it for you, we had a podcast before it was called a podcast. This is when we still had to use Ustream, okay? There was no Facebook Live. There was no IG Live. There was none of that stuff going on. We had a show called Style and Substance, and we were on for a couple of years. And we would sit there and break these things down every day. I've been with ASCAP since 01 or 02.
Yeah.
And we would tell people the importance of it. And then I even personally did it for people. Didn't charge them anything. Did all their paperwork. I've had it since they would give you the card that looks like a little debit card, okay? Like not this thing now where you just got to try to download one and go laminate it. I had physical plastic cards that got mailed to you. The red one with the red letters was the one for your right side, and the one with the blue letters was the one for your mechanical right side.
Right.
I've been trying to put people on that. I got a bunch of my children walking around with these cards still, words all faded off. They just got a gray card and still never registered one song.
Yeah.
I believe that just because you're a member of one of these PROs, performing rights organizations, that you're actually a published artist. You have no songs unpublished. You've never got an ASCAP check or a BMI or a CSAC or none of these checks. People that say, well, I got my check in DistroKid. Yeah, you got the little $6 in that DistroKid bank. You got it. What did you give me for your PRO?
Right.
Or people in 2025. People are still doing the poor man's copyright. Let me tell you a quick story about the poor man's copyright and how stupid it sounds to anybody that has good common sense. So, and I don't want to sit there and say his name on the air, so I won't. But I'll say he's one of my idols, right?
Okay.
And this is what actually made me get published. From the beginning, this is what made me start with the copyrights. Again, we're moving around Mr. Wu. We're moving around with Jack B and Ken Johnson. We're a perfect pair. We're sitting there writing on the Miseducation. We're writing on a B2K joint and this, that, and the third. We're taking little nigga trinkets, getting a little bit of weed and sneaker and beer money. Right? We know nothing about nothing else except this one's riding a fire car.
Mm-hmm.
This song was on the radio. We wrote on these songs. And I had these cars, but not because of my craft, but because of whatever I was doing outside.
Yes. Yep.
Or working a 9 to 5. Because I worked at the post office for 10 years straight. So I worked at the post office hustling, acting, and doing music. So we're doing all this. So anyway, my partner, Shaq, he gets locked up. And then there's another group called the Chrome Kids. They're out of Rahway, New Jersey. So this is Fanat, Rag, Beijing, Wretch, and my brother Quaz, right? So Fanat, Rag, and Beijing are actual brothers. No, Fanat, Rag, and Wretch are actually brothers. Rag gets locked up. So both our partners locked up. So me and Fanat decide to go to Wu. I introduce him, and we do 3 songs. Well, we did a bunch, but 3 of them actually made a soundtrack to a movie called No Boundaries. We didn't know that they were going to be there. We were outside handing CDs, and you can look this CD up. It's by the Chrome Kids, and it's called Chrome for Life, right? So, boom, we handing CDs, and people hit you with everything like, yo, if you want me to buy this CD, let me hear a verse real quick. If it's dope, I'll buy the CD. So, spit some verses for a couple people. They took all the CDs. Boom. A movie comes out. So this is Slam. Remember the And One mixtapes?
Yep.
Okay, so they had a company called that was Slam Jams. All right. So they hook up with Eugene Napoleon, Lathan Hodge, and Chuck D. So we didn't know. Well, we know who Chuck D is.
Right.
I don't know who Eugene Napoleon or Lathan Hodge is. Look, we were selling the CDs for $10. You got $10 here. Or you got $50 here. Matter of fact, we're gonna do it like Bud. 6. We're gonna give you 6
Right.
$50. My brother Josh, and he's probably gonna look back at this. He's outside creeping one day. So he dips off in where could you go creeping? Nobody see it. The movies. So he hits me and he's like, yo, bro, we're rich. And he's mad excited. We rich. Like, not on the phone. Like, he's like, nah, we rich. 3 of your songs were in this movie.
Wow.
Stop playing. Get off my phone, Clay.
Yeah.
No, for real. Bro, this is T-Mobile might have been still called OmniPoint at the time. I got you on my daytime minutes. So whatever it is, you don't get 7 o'clock, but 9 o'clock. Let's stop playing. No, I'm serious. We got 3 of your songs in this joint. What songs? There's some joint with you on Fanat, and then a song called Say My Name, and the song called Love. Oh shit, he does know. Yo, where you heard him? Nah, it's in the movie. So that means it got to be on the soundtrack, right? Yeah. Okay, we're going to Woodbridge Center tomorrow. We go to Sam Goody. That's kind of showing my age, but we go to Sam Goody,
Go to Sam Goody.
which is
No
now
doubt,
FYE. We
baby.
go over there, we get the soundtrack, and lo and behold, number 8, 10, and 12. And the songs are on there. So I'm bugging.
Right.
Yo, Fanat, we rich. Josh called me. I called Fanat. We done called the whole block. Like I felt like Nori. Free White Castle for everybody. Chicken wings.
Yeah, no doubt, baby.
But now it's like, okay, all we gotta do is go in the yellow pages and find the number of the slam jams. Oh, they ain't got a number? Okay, but this particular record label, which compensated me later, so I don't want to say their name, but this particular record label, their number is in the yellow pages.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, we got in touch with them, and they're like, okay, well, we don't know because we don't know who to ask for up there. So they're
Right.
like, okay, you know what? Well, press this number or extension for whatever. Nah, well, we know how to get to it. At this time, this label is on Varick Street in Manhattan. I
Okay.
know how to get right to Varick Street. Boom, we
Yeah.
went up there. Me and Ramses Ali, engineer for and producer for the Outsiders. We go up there, and we made our way into the building, and security didn't really like it, but we didn't do anything illegal. Like, well, we did what I just said we did what the maintenance staff was doing to get inside the building.
No question, baby.
So that's what we did, and we get in there, and we finally got to see somebody after hours of trying to get because you couldn't get in that elevator. If you know the label I'm talking about, you can get in the elevator, but you got to have like an ID thing for the elevator to move. So we had to get up in it with the maintenance staff. So now we don't even know what floor we're going to. We just because we didn't think that this was not a well thought out plan at all. So when we finally get to the person that we thought we needed to see, he's like, okay, well, who are you? Yo, y'all want some money? Yo, this is my name. Here's my ID. So you just know who to pay. And they're like, who to pay? Hold on a second. Let me call my security. Come get these people out of my office. Oh, yeah. Oh, tell me more. Who to pay? Right. So as we're sitting there talking to them, they're like, well, how'd they get the music? I don't know. I probably was selling CDs. Okay. So you voluntarily sold the CD to somebody. You got money for it. Absolutely. Okay. So that's definitely you. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. These people trying to call my phone. We ain't doing that. So now they said, okay, well, is it copyrighted? Yeah, I mailed it to myself and I didn't open it. Okay. So you mailed it to yourself and didn't open it. That just means that you had a letter in your house that you didn't open. Okay,
Right.
tell me more. Who's your publisher? We did it by ourselves. It's called FBI Publishing. What does FBI mean? Fuck being innocent publishing. Oh, that's what you get out of my office. So they're not trying to pay us. So we kept coming back for mad different days and sort of like Cameron's story.
Yeah.
Coming back deep over there and all that and trying to make it uncomfortable. The only thing that worked for us why they even agreed to come to any kind of arrangement was because of the fact they never credited me by my name on the project.
Mm.
And they never credited Fanat as his name. Why? Because they didn't know our names.
Right. Right.
Like it says, it's like if you look at the soundtrack, it says Chrome Kids featuring Verbal Kint. It was never them featuring me. This was a
Right.
song me featuring Fanat.
Mhm.
3 of them.
Right.
And they don't got my real name on it, first, last. They don't got the junior on it. Nothing. They literally just had this particular group featuring my name. So look, I'm talking to sitting there. I didn't even know the difference between an entertainment attorney. I went just right downtown Perth Amboy to shout out Michelle Roman, who's now the judge in Perth Amboy. So salute her. But at the time, she was a PD
Mm-hmm.
to represent me and other stuff I had going on.
Right.
So when she was like, "Oh no, this is bad. This is all you got to do right here. You want me to make a phone call? Please
Wow.
do." She
Yeah.
made a call and she was like, "Listen, my client, yeah, he's her client, yes." So, but she was like, "Well, you guys didn't give him this, that, and the third." So it was a quick. It was for us. It was like $20,000. Now I
Right.
don't know what Fanat got. If he got anything, she was representing me. Like
Right.
I took the initiative to do this, that, and the third. And
Let's be clear. Let's
like,
be clear.
let's be very clear because to this day, I don't know if them brothers got paid something
Right.
from whoever. I know that they were sitting there at the time. We had a choice. you can use disc makers, which was more expensive, or you could use a company named Super Dupes. I think Super Dupes might have been out of New Hampshire or something. But with disc makers, they was giving you like real UPC codes and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
orders. With Super Dupes, this is just the people outside out there, and you say I want 1,000 copies or 500 copies, they make that for you. Okay, if you do business again, cool. If not, we just never see you again. Peace.
Right.
Where they were pressing up these copies at. I didn't know about that until I went into Rawway, and there was a music store. I think it was Soundorama, and I was leaving some of my music on consignment over there. And when I went to leave it on consignment, I see the Chrome Kids album, and I was like, "Oh, shit, the cover look dope." Oh, snap! These same 3 songs that's on that soundtrack is on your. Right. I didn't know about that. So when I leave my CDs for on consignment, a couple of days later, I get a phone call saying, "Yo, I need you to sit there and give me your EIN number because the feds raided the store for all the mixtapes and all that."
Wow.
And I was like, "I don't got an EIN number." And it was like, "Look, they're not going to give you any of your stuff back." And then at the same, so this is one of the most popular. It's not the biggest, but it's one of the most popular flea markets in Jersey.
Yeah.
It's in Rawway or Avenel, but it's across the street from Rawway Prison. We also had tables out there where we were selling bootleg belts and CDs and all that kind of stuff. They raided our tables too and locked everybody. So, bro, I was like, damn, like right when I get out of the streets,
Yeah.
flipping that stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna flip my music that I really paid for. These is real beats. Wu was already like, I don't even want to say platinum. Wu was out of here at this time. He got Craig David is Wu artist. So he got all that stuff. He out of here. We really did all this stuff, and then they're gonna come take it because of this EIN number. So they showed me how to go to the Department of Treasury, get that done, and it was cheap. I was like, okay. So we got that. I was able to get some of my the CDs. I couldn't get none of the belts and socks and none of that, but keep that shit. How did that get on my table? But yeah, but not being able to get paid up front. And if the lawyer wouldn't have been able to say, you know what, they slipped up because they didn't put your name. They're using your likeness and however she was talking that lawyer lingo. If she wouldn't have said that, I would have gotten jerked by a person that I look up to.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you know what? Since it turned out peaceful, I'll say who the person was. It was Chuck D.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was Chuck D, Eugene Napoleon, and Lathan Hodge, and
Yeah.
it worked out well, which is crazy because then years later I linked with TJ, who had already interviewed Flavor Flav, the other half of Chuck D joint, and it's ill because we was in the and you might I don't know you might have been in this. I don't know if you were on the industry conference calls that Rampage used to host.
Yep.
So there was one that Flavor Flav was on it, and everything in me was starting to say, "Hey, yo, why Chuck be jerking people?" But don't say that, so I didn't say it. And I didn't say, and I don't feel that way now. I feel we good now.
Right.
But
Yeah.
this is
So no, I used to be on the call. Sometimes I would tap in, you know what I mean? Especially when Ramp was like, you know, he would lock us in and be like, hey man, tap in. You know what I mean? You tap in, you be listening, you be like, hey, yo, man.
Stop me when I'm lying. There might have been anywhere from 10 people to 10,000 people on one call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're not talking no back in the day shit. We're talking like right up to COVID, all right?
Yep.
I think, matter of fact, I think they stopped during COVID.
They stopped during COVID. Yep.
Yeah, but it was like you said, Wednesday of the month.
It's to be a gang of people on the call. You know what I mean? And sometimes, some nights you get the call where you got 4 or 5 cats trying to talk at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was crazy. But I want to go back, man. You talked about a time because you've been with this so long. You did.
Yes, sir.
The mixtape game. When the mixtapes came out, baby, you know, a lot of people don't really understand that whole era. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I met the Outsiders.
Right.
Like we were living, rest in peace to Max, Isidro Buenos. That was my very first person that really believed in my music outside of family. That was my manager. There was no contracts. This was a hug, a handshake, and we're together every day. Dominican dude, he's barely spoke any English, but we understood each other enough. Like we were locked in. And like it was crazy to see him go. But we were in Newark one day. We were downtown Broader Market. My man Yusuf was out there selling CDs and all that, mixtapes, and at the that's on. He's in between Halsey. He's on Market, but in between Halsey and Broad Street, on the corner of Halsey and Market, Double O. A lot of people might know him from the Redman albums. He was like, "What if I put your bitch ass in a headlock and fall with you?" So him and Cool Ralph used to sit there.
Yeah.
They had their booth and their table set up on Halsey and right there, and Arsenal, the battle rapper, him, Lady Luck, they running around hand in hand in their mixtapes. This is Jersey's lit. So like, yo, we always been that thing.
Yeah,
so, Riding with Max, and there's a new Rod Digger mixtape that's coming out, and we went and got that. We got the MOP joint. So this is. We roll deep like some motherfucking Puerto Ricans. How about some hardcore? Yeah, this is that. So when we go out there to get it, we pop in the Rod Digger joint. And as soon as it comes on, Rod Digger is saying, if anybody needs studio time, reach out to this number, but don't be corny. You got to be fresh when you come in here. Because if you corny, Ramses Ali is going to tell you about yourself. Because not only is he a fire rapper, not only is he Rock Davis's real physical brother, not only is he DJ Hollikid's physical brother, he was also the engineer. So, okay, so outsiders, like, as a whole,
yep.
Then if you notice, they started calling themselves 152 Gang.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that this happens, Rod Digger buys a apartment building and a house on Telford Street and East Orange. So the address is 152 Telford Street. So that's why they start calling themselves 152 Gang. Because remember, we already had the outhouse, the ice cream spot, outrageous flavors, and all that. So Digger and Z, they have a child together, Sativa, and so they got the crib over there. So Ram was the engineer in the outhouse. So this is young Z running around with the alligator, the white alligator with the red eyes and all that, chasing people, thinking it's funny. Everybody on acid and smoking and shit. You like, that's not funny. Should have tore up my damn shirt. Man, it's a fucking alligator. Just don't be scared. You gotta pay. I'm pet for what?
Right.
This wasn't no huge alligator at the time. It wasn't huge.
Right.
Like, at the time it was like maybe like this.
Right.
Like this.
Still big enough to take a chunk out of a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like
that thing turned into a dinosaur. When they raided the crib, right? And Rod Digger got a bar about it. She said something. But when the D's had raided, they ain't find nothing except the stale ass blunt with all the THC faded. That's real shit.
Right.
Bro, because everything, it was set up so ill. The studio on one side, that whole room, everything with all the walls were painted blue. And on the other side, all the walls are painted red, which brings us into the 8 Mile soundtrack, because this is the time that this is being recorded. What songs on the That's My Nigga For Real. Z is recording this. I can send you the actual photos. I still got them in photo album.
Yeah.
So we're there for that. So this is Eminem coming in, doing the verse. I want to say it was number 4 or 5 on the Nightlife Project.
Okay.
But that's when he dissed L Boogie. Bro, we had a lot going on.
We had a lot going on. Like it goes.
Yeah, it's like I know I'm all over the place, but we had like a lot.
Nah, but look, this is the story that's got to be told, because now people don't even understand. You know what I mean? Like they wasn't there. They don't understand what goes on in the background. They don't understand that there's a whole nother shit going on over here to even get to this part over here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So so a lot of cats don't even understand that. But so here's what I need you to do. We talked about it. Not only that, for all my listeners out there, man, y'all want to hear more, y'all want to read about this, make sure y'all go get the newest issue or the last issue of Media Made magazine, baby. We got
Nas on the cover.
With Nas on the cover. We got
Nas on the cover, and I got a song with Tragedy Gaddafi on the new album.
No question.
Tragedy Nas. And if Sangria let it happen, we're gonna do a whole nother interview for the next issue.
Absolutely, we're gonna make that go down, baby. You know what I mean? I need you to talk about the state of the industry right now, man. Like when we was coming up, it was about cats getting money and talking about how they was getting money and you know what I mean, and the things that you could do with the money. You feel me? Today, man, I don't know where to place it, man. You know what I mean? Like I need you to I need you to clue me in, baby, because you know what I'm saying? You know, you in all the safes around the country and shit. So I need you to tell me, man, what's really shaking, baby.
Well, the reason that you don't know how to call it, is because when we were coming up, it wasn't cool to be a fiend.
Right.
It was cool to be the hustler,
right.
or the gangster, or the what. Like if you would, no matter what, if you were a gangster, hustler, whatever, you still had to be a gentleman. Period.
Still had to be a gentleman. You know what I mean? If you wake up every morning and pickpocket niggas till 5 in the afternoon, you still was a gentleman about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. You know. But now, if you're not a fiend, see, at that time, if you was a fiend, it was like, oh, no, go that way. But now, if you're not a fiend, they're looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
And that is sad. So people can't talk about getting money and stuff like that because they're not getting money. Like they're getting sneaker money. They think they're getting paper, but they're getting
paper.
Yeah, and then when you sit there and you look at, it's like everybody. It's terrible. Everybody is on, bro. They're on drugs that we only saw on TV. Like, bro, they out here doing ice. And I'm not talking about immigration services. Ice. Ice. They're doing Tango and Cash.
Right.
Like. It's to the point that the drugs that they're doing nowadays are so hard. And I'm not promoting drug use, right? But the drugs these people are doing is so hard. I'm like, damn, nigga, have some dignity. Go do some dope or crack or something. Bro, these niggas is doing fentanyl. Fentanyl's undefeated.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man.
They're doing meth. Meth.
Right.
Like, right. And then
that was some pure white boy shit.
Right.
Some really country ass, you know what I'm saying? Some redneck shit, you know what I mean?
And with a battery inside of him, that's now it's crazy as hell. Bro, these motherfuckers is taking Molly, mixing it with E. Then they're gonna see we might as well take some Fetty Wap too. Then they sitting there like, okay, damn, what's that? Oh, you got coke, you got dope, and he got crack. We got weed. They got tequila. You're like, yo, nigga, who raised you?
Yeah,
straight up and down is despicable.
So it's all manufactured. You know what I'm saying? It's all man-made. You know,
synthetic. It's all these synthetic drugs.
It's all synthetic. Absolutely.
It's like now this whole generation. One of the young brothers that's here, he said to me yesterday that he feels like his generation was the last generation with common sense, and he a hood dude.
Right.
Now I think he said he was born in. I think he said he was born in 91. And he said, he's like, I feel like my generation is the last generation with common sense. And I had to think back about it because before that conversation yesterday, I would have said that my era, my generation was the last ones with common sense. But then I thought about it and I was like, yo, you know what? You're right and you're wrong. Because so me, I'm looking at it like the 90s babies, like my oldest son, he's born in 96, right? And I'm like, damn, a lot of the kids that were growing up in the early 90s or like even up to 2000, these are literally products of the 80s, of 88 and 89 specifically, or 85. It's like, oh shit, you know what? That's why they're stupid. They don't like they're literally accidentally stupid. They're stupid by default.
Right.
Your mom was a dope fiend, a crackhead.
Right.
Damn, you like one of Nicky Barnes' kids. Damn, you a Frank Lucas baby. Like them niggas, what they was calling on the West Coast, smack. Them niggas was doing smack. Your mom's was doing smack.
That's crazy. And they also are non-productive. They think they're productive, you know what I'm saying? And they want the easy way out. They don't want to put the work in. You know, they don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Some cats like me and you've been around this joint for like 35, 40 years, you know what I mean? At least me, you know what I mean? I've been around forever, man, you know what I mean? I've seen it from the beginning. And at the end of the day, when I am saying is you got to put the work in. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing.
They want the microwave thing. See,
Right.
like
You want
us,
they want the whole microwave thing. You know
right?
what I'm saying?
When we
You
want,
know,
look, me and you, we want an empanada. Shameless plug, nastiasdelicious.com.
yeah,
But when we want the empanadas, like we want to sit there and throw out the motherfucking disc. We want to sit there and marinate the meat, throw the sazon, the adobo on it, maybe chop some onions and peppers up in it. We're gonna put it together, fry it. We want the whole process.
sir.
These cats, they want to say, okay, I'm gonna go to the gas station, I'm gonna go to ShopRite, and I'm gonna microwave it real quick. They want that fast, instant gratification. That's why most of the music has no replay value.
Right.
Well, I don't, not most of it, a lot of the music,
A
because it
lot of it.
are some real
Right.
dope artists.
Right.
But
Right.
a lot of this music has no replay value.
No replay value. And that just goes back, you know, to a lot of the old cats that told us, man, the money ain't in the sale, the money is in the resale. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get that part. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Brother
like you
Chill
said.
Trees always says, if you ain't got no work, you don't belong on the block.
Right. Absolutely.
But make sure
Hey,
you do good work.
so tell everybody, man, what you doing right now, man. Like, you know, what you getting ready to come out with. You know what I'm saying? The things you're lining up, you know what I mean? The things you've done, last couple of the albums, tracks, the artists. Man, let us hear, baby.
Okay, so before we even go into the music, I want to talk to you about this initiative that we got going on right now.
Okay.
So we took my nonprofit, Headliners and Legends Edutainment,
Mhm.
501c3 nonprofit where we deal with at-risk youth and teach them like the fundamentals of music and film and how to properly register their music and just try to keep them out of the trouble. Try to um, be like what's going on with the gloves up, guns down, or little programs like that. And we
Yeah.
linked with Rise Up GVL, um, definitely faith based, and we got the Department of Social Services actually rocking with us.
Okay.
Another organization called NAMI. I'm gonna try to get in touch with an organization called Autism Speaks. They're out in Columbia, South Carolina, and we're trying to bring awareness to a lot of things in the community, and not even just the urban community. We're gonna that's the crux of it, the urban community. But yes, we will be bringing it to suburban communities and rural communities as well. And we're trying to actually do these things to keep these kids off of the street and give them something to look out for. And I want to move my computer around bro, there's literally
Yeah.
millions worth of equipment in here, okay?
Let them see it though. You know
Let,
what I mean? We ain't
this,
just talking
this,
around this
and
speed
this, yeah,
show.
and this is just the A studio, okay? We got the
Right.
B studio back there. We have a lounge right in here as well.
Yeah.
It's called Lit. Let people come in. Y'all need to get some space or whatever. $200 an hour for your parties. Just last week, Nick Claxton, Brooklyn Nets came in. He threw an after party and all that. But yeah, we're trying to keep these kids and give them hope, give them
Yeah.
motivation, but actually letting them come in here, mess around with the equipment, record their own music and stuff like that, and just to let them see, or me bringing people like Rel out here. Rel, Grammy nominated. Here I Stand for Usher, as
Yeah.
well as a bunch of stuff he did, but he's originally from South Carolina. He,
Mm-hmm.
he left, like I met him right before he signed to Jay-Z. Well, right before he signed to Rockefeller, because he actually came in by way of Dame Dash.
Okay.
He moved into Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and like we didn't even know that he was not from Jersey until the I forgot if it was Source or XXL magazine came out. But when he's in the interview, I think it was Source, and he was like, "When I came up here and saw all the big buildings, it
Right.
messed my head up." But anyway, so like we'll have people like him come stand in here and talk to these youngins. See, because me doing it, like they're receptive to it, they rock with it. But I'm not from where they're from.
Right.
Now, when I'm having these conversations in New York and New Jersey, they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But out here, Rel is from here. So when he's talking to him, he's like, oh, yeah, I got a platinum plaque for this and a platinum plaque for that. And I did this and I kept grinding from small town South Carolina. They're like, wow, this is obtainable. Like
Yeah.
they touch him. He's from where, pause, but he's from where they're from.
Yeah. Big
They're
shout
like,
out to Rel, baby. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Yeah, yeah,
salute,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Salute to Rel, baby.
no doubt.
Appreciate you, man. No
Me and
doubt.
Ralph got two videos come dropping very soon. They're already recorded. They're being edited. Stay Real and Best Life. Both produced right out there for Arizona. Able Beats made the beats, and we got the third joint. We got Rick. We got Jack B, my partner. Um, I want to say Aaron from Cool in the Gang. I think Aaron might be playing drums on it. I'm not sure, but we're doing another joint called Get To It. Um, so me and Rail got a couple things going on. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So we're trying to help these kids.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have it where it's not just rise up here in the GVL, but have one in every city. It might be one out there in Phoenix, where you at. We put a few in Jersey, put something in New York, and that's just really what it's about. It's like when they say giving back to the community, I'm not trying to give any grown adults anything, but these babies didn't ask to be here. And like my son, my baby boy's 24, but he's my baby forever.
Right.
Like, I don't care how old he is.
No
So,
question.
right. So we're doing that. So now on the album side, it's funny. Me and Jack B, we got a lot of time in, like we 30 plus. And the way he and I ended up forming our company, me, multi-platinum producer Dame Grease, multi-platinum order Young Z, we're putting together an album. We didn't even have a name for. Actually, it wasn't even supposed to be an album. Me and Young Z were doing one song, and it was like, okay, we're gonna do this song, get it done. You're my brother, and we were waiting on Grease to send us a beat, and he took too long. So Z was like, "What's the holdup?" And I was like, "Well, I'm waiting for Grease to give me this beat." And I literally live around the corner from Grease, and so we were talking every day, like and like around the corner, like literally 5 minutes from me and Grease. We're together every day, talking whatever, but we just didn't get the beat at the time. So Z was like, "Yo, we just waiting for a beat." Oh, I got you. So he reached out to J Plus, super dope producer out of Massachusetts.
Okay.
And he reached out to him, he gets a beat. When he gets the beat, Z he hits me. He was like, "Yo, you mind if Rodiga get on it?" I said, "Yeah, that's big sis." She was
Right.
supposed to record in her house.
Right.
That kind of shit. Of course, I don't mind if she gets on it. Let's go. So I said, "All right, bet." And so he sends me this beat. No, he said, "Give me a day or two." So like 2 days later, he sends me a beat. It got his verse on it, and it got Digger's hook on it. Okay, we getting ready to go.
Yeah.
I lay my verse. Now, Grease still doesn't send me a beat yet. There's a song that me and my brother Quaz did, and I was like, you know what? We could put a third verse on it. So this is called We Want War. Real rockish beat. So I was like, boom. Z was like, yo, I rock with that. Actually, I sent him 3 beats, and he said I like that one. So he now Grease hits me back. He's like, yo, got a beat for you. He says this beat. It was it was oh man, a Led Zeppelin sample.
Okay.
As soon as he hears the beat, he gets on the mic and he goes, hip rock. I was like, let me do an LLC search real quick. Okay, hip rock, there it is. Now nobody had it, so we laid this joint. Then Grease was like, he was like, yo, we should do an EP. We're already 3 songs in now. Let's make like rock type joints. Grease gives us another joint with the Jimi Hendrix joint sampling. It was like, oh, all right. And then Z was like, yo, why don't we just do 8 songs? I said, why don't we do 10 and call it an album?
Right.
So then my brother G jumps in. G, man, he sends us a beat. We got the song Twisted Sister. So then so we got T Screwdle, We Want War. We got J Plus, 1941. Grease did the 2. Then Grease sends me another joint. Then me and Rampage already had a joint together called Glow. And I was like, nah, you know what? This beat could be tighter. Yo, Jack B, what up? Yo, we on tour. Because they had the whole Cool in the Gang tour going on. He was in the Serengeti, like legitimately.
Yeah.
Check the IG page and the Facebook. He's literally in Africa. He was
Right.
like, yo, I come back. I got you. I bet. He comes back. That's when me and you actually got together when I was in Phoenix. We shot a video for Paradise City. When me came back. So Jack B, he came, he made that joint right there. And it's like, oh snap. Bro, this thing is coming together. Then I did a beat on the joint, and then we ended up doing like 13 or 14 songs.
Okay.
And, so we're like, okay, now it's time to put this album out. It's been over a year, and the whole thing is not mixed and mastered. There's like 5 songs mixed and mastered. Me and Jack B was like, look, we don't stop working because I already got like 60 other songs mixed and mastered. We throwing them out to other people, selling them to this one, getting publishing checks off that one. So we're like, okay, you know what? I love my brothers, but I'm not going to be the person responsible to pay for everything and then split everything 50-50. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, that's not
I'll shelf the whole project. Yeah, I'll do that first. So
right.
now Jack is talking, and he made another beat, and I was like, "Yo, why don't we LLC the brand?" And the album we're gonna call it just real play on words. Like remember sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So I just
Mm-hmm.
have to call it sex, drugs, and hip hop. But I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the album. That's the album that me, Z, and Grease are doing.
Okay.
The company itself is this Hip Rock LLC. So
Yeah.
we got the website. This is Hip Rock. So now people get to really look into it and see why it's such a big thing. Jersey has a lot of popular rock bands. We got Danzig, Bruce Springsteen, Bon
I
Jovi.
and that was one of the first things that I one of the first things that I recognized with you, man, when me and you went to Powwow, man, how you wasn't afraid to experiment, you know what I'm saying? And not only do other things, man, because you have such an eclectic ear, man, to so much music that you can make it work. And you made it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
some hip hop
bro,
shit.
like Kool and the Gang is one of the most sampled bands on the planet.
Right, right.
Salute Aaron, salute Lewis, salute the brother Cool. Jack B, I love you, my brother. I know you watching. I love
Mm-hmm.
you, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so just even being able to say, yo, I got members of this, like Lewis, he's over there on the sax. You got Aaron, he's playing the drums. You got Ken Johnston still mixing. He was the trombonist for Slave.
Right.
Just a touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are the people that I got working on this project. So when we're talking funk or we're talking rock or even rap, like as far as rap, I got collabs with everybody.
Right.
Like go to my website, intkint.com. Like I
Mm-hmm.
got collabs up there with X, me and DMX, Family Ties and Uncaged. You want to hear Rick Ross? Me and Ross and Arsenal, The Artillery got a song, No Informers. You want to hear a song with Future? We got a song, WYO, What Y'all On. You want to hear a joint with me and Akon? We got a song called My Block. You want to hear a song with me and Wiz Khalifa? We got Rags to Riches. Me and Crooked Eye or Ken Crooked, we got Divine Tommy. Me and Corrupt from the Dog Pound, we got One Shot. Like me Planet Asia, Mackie B. We got a joint called Hit Me in the AM. I got a joint Bars Over Bullshit with Cannabis and Reasons, brother out of Jamaica. I got a joint with Lil Wayne that we didn't even title yet. I just
Right.
threw it for my song. It just says so
Yo,
all of
they
these, but
don't know. They don't know. Yo,
this,
kid, they don't know. The list goes on,
right,
baby. You know what I mean?
like, and this is all stuff that supported. And I'm not even money hungry or a bloodsucker like that. If you go to my website and you go to buy any of these songs, you see, I didn't put up a price for them. I have it said that you choose the price that you feel the song is worth.
That's what's up, yo.
For me, like, I didn't put a dollar amount on
That's
anything.
what's up, yo.
If you feel it's worth 10 cents, you pay me 10 cents.
Yeah,
If you feel it's worth $100, you send that.
yeah,
And that's what we on. But this, what me and Jack B got going right now, this feels special.
yeah,
Like this is that nostalgic. Oh, you're in the same room with the producer. They actually because I produce all my own shit. So now
yeah,
we're saying, okay, you got the producer actually sitting there with you and saying, let's do this.
yeah.
And that's
Absolutely.
what and I've been sitting there saying it to Greece. So Greece, we got to get back to that. We out here together. Like we around the corner from each other. We need to be in that same room and actually from scratch come up with these joints. Because that's what me and Jack doing.
Absolutely.
They,
Yeah,
the same place you at where I'm in right now. When we
yeah.
bought Rail out here, wait till you hear this joint with the weirdest collaboration of people you could think of. It's
Mm.
Rel, Rampage the Last Boy Scout, produced by Jack B. And the guitar, the oh, hold on. Rick is not on that one on guitar, on bass. So I don't even want to mess up. But yeah, this is like some orchestra shit.
Yeah, yo, I'm hearing it like right now
Yeah,
already. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm
It's like,
saying?
and bro, like we're not. Hold on, I see. I'm gonna walk around with the thing real quick.
Yeah,
Like, we kind
yeah.
of moving. Like we're not playing with the stuff that we're actually working off of,
No,
right?
I already get it. I already know. You know what I mean? I'm glad you got the opportunity to show these cats, man. What we talking about is absolutely
It is
real, baby.
obtainable, okay? It's
Yeah.
very obtainable. Okay, like
Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
so, like so. Yeah, excuse me one second. Like it's very obtainable. So we're
Yeah.
not here playing. And look, and don't get it twisted. I am Rough Riders all day. BBB, Big Bad Burlington,
Yes, sir.
Jersey,
Yeah.
all day.
All
But
day. Any
salute
day.
to Wash, Siobhan, Post,
Yeah. No
Swizz.
question about that.
Hey, I got a song right now that's it's going pretty crazy on Spotify. It's me and Styles P. It's called James Bond. Got a
Yeah.
song called That Ain't My Twist right now, going crazy. Me and Dave East. Got a joint called Pavement Patterns. Me, Ayana Butterfly, and Dirty Low out there repping Arizona. Well, he's from Cali, he's from Dago. So I already know he's from Dago. So is Jay Vengeance, but they're out there in
Arizona, Phoenix.
yeah. And
Yeah, they out there in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, boy, listen, man. Me and you could go on forever because we're gonna do this again down the line. You know what I'm saying? But look, we under time constraints right now. So here's what I want you to do though before we go, man. I know it's a long list, and I know it's almost gonna be impossible to do, but I need you to shout out and plug some of the people that's helped you get to the place that where you are today, man. You know what I mean?
100%. So first, I'm like we gotta give praise to God.
No question,
We
baby.
have to. And
First and
that's like
foremost.
saying God, Allah, Jehovah. We gotta go to God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then
To the Most High, baby.
100%. I gotta go Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Wavy Zay. I gotta go my mother.
Yeah.
Like sister, yes, people that's really with me. All my cousins. My cousin Beck hits me every single morning. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. As you speak.
Right. Every single morning like she hits me. I gotta give shout out Jack B. Like bro, what we're doing is crazy. Ken Johnston. I gotta say TJ Super. That's my brother. That's my man. Say, you want bookings for me? You can hit me directly. You can hit TJ Super. Lisa Arenas, Kim Drawn, of course, Sangria, Media Made TV, Media Made Magazine, like Media Made Radio, like all, like just the whole city, the whole city of Perth Amboy.
Got love for you, baby. You know what I mean? Got love for you, baby.
J-Dub always leading me. J-Dub is one of them. Like, I love you, Silky. Like that's the person that's always there. My nephew Emir, my nephew Eric, who's actually just hit me right there. I have a lot of sisters. Like I have a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
So I would say all my siblings. But yes, Tisha, Moon, Audrey, Angie, I love y'all. All my cousins, all my nieces and nephews, my whole Rough Rider family worldwide. And I know I'm probably forgetting my father. Like we about to get back right, Pops. But so I don't even think there's so many people. I just say everybody that has anything to do with what we're doing. Rise Up GVL, Steve, Matt, salute you, brothers. We got James Benji over there that helped set up the room for me and all that. So everybody, y'all know who you are. Everybody that's supporting my movement, and yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is, yo. Hey man, once again, y'all heard it first right here, baby, on Media Made Magazine, baby. Intercontinental Kint is in the building, baby. So let me say this to you, man, before we go, man. May you be blessed in all the things that you do every day, man, and may you prosper in each and everything that you do, each and every day that you do it, my brother. You heard?
Yes, sir.
Got mad love for you, baby.
.com. INTKINT.com.
Say it again. Say it again.
TKINT.com. Or this is hiprock.com.
Knocked out, baby. Hey, Ken, baby. Peace out, baby. And I'll holler back at a later date, Cat. You heard?
Love. One love.
Peace. No doubt.